Fantastic. You've got pole.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. The owner-driver, Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main...
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
Great qualifying session. Are you feeling safer ahead of the pack? The weather hasn't been ideal in qualifying. What's your take on it? Let's talk about another team. How do you feel they did? Appreciate your time.
We're back in Italy once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today here at the oldest circuit on the calendar. Monza hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6-mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. It's the owner-driver in pole position then. And it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Lando Norris and Sainz, Ricciardo, Perez, Verstappen and Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Lance Stroll and Ocon, Tsunoda, Mick Schumacher, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell, Raikkonen, Latifi, Eilert and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching. First position, front of the pack. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Bottas behind, pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 5 laps till the end. Gap to teammate behind is 6.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 16th. A new fastest lap of the race. You're leading the pack. P1 Bottas is behind you. The gap behind us is 7.9 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Just 3 laps to go now. 3 laps. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. First position, front of the pack, Bottas behind. The gap to the car behind is 16.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. This is your final lap of the race.
Guys, great work all weekend. Thank you guys, thank you so much.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant result, well done.
It wasn't always plain sailing today, but a very important win nonetheless. And talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
But they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all. And the championship leaders secured more points today, pushing their lead out even further at the top of the standings. Now, let's discuss, Ant, who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz would be my first choice for this race. He had excellent race stamina, giving him the opportunity to charge through the ranks.
Let's move on to the Constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.